Do you like what God gave you? I mean, nowadays you can have almost anything fixed with science. I mean, we can have belly tucks. We can have natural spray-on tans. I mean, we can have all this stuff. But today, I'm going to talk about your hair. I mean, there's so much stuff we can do to our hair. We color it. We add stuff to it. I mean, is that your natural color? Or is that highlights? Have you dyed it in the past year? Extensions, they are very common. And even those feathers, we have kind of gone a little overboard with them. Now see me? I have naturally curly hair. Yes, this God-given hair that I have straight right now is curly. 9 out of 10 times, you'll see it straight. I mean, I love my hair and all, but when it's curly, it doesn't really suit me. I mean, once in a blue moon, you'll see me with curly hair, but other than that, I straighten it. There's a lot of ways we damage our hair every morning. Like, see me, I straighten it every morning. But there are ways you can prevent from damaging your hair. Webster's Dictionary states that an iron or a flat iron uses heat to break down chemical bonds in your hair that then can be reactive by putting water on it or exposing it to moisture like humidity. That's why us ladies hate humidity. But there are 3 different kinds of irons. First, a curling iron. I really don't need to use because, like I said, my hair is naturally curly. Second, a straightener. I have 3 straighteners. They used to help curly hair look straight. Third, my favorite as a little kid was a crimp iron. They put these crimps in your hair. Kind of look like after you left your hair in all night with braids. Today, we're going to talk about how straighteners can damage your hair and ways to prevent them from damaging your hair. Like I said, I have 3 straighteners. I use 2 in the morning. There they are. I spend about 20 minutes each morning doing my hair. That's about 140 minutes a week doing it. That's not bad. But to expose that much heat on my hair is really bad. So here's some few helpful tips from styles.com to help you along with straightening your hair. First, you should never go cheap on your flat iron. I mean, yeah, maybe you might not have the money to buy the Qi or the best ceramic thing out there, but you do not want to go cheap on your flat iron. Flat irons that are cheap can really damage hair. Second, make sure that you use protection on your hair. I mean, I use this thing called bedhead, and you put it on there, and since I expose my hair to heat every morning through blow drying it and straightening it, it breaks down a lot of my chemicals and it makes my hair really dry and sometimes even frizzy. So if you use these simple steps, they'll help you. Simon Monroe patented the first hair straightener in 1906 that was composed of 7 metallic teeth that were combed through hair. I don't see how that really could help straighten, but I bet it did a little something something. While in 1909, Isaac K. Shiro patented a hair straightener composed of what we know today of 2 flat irons of heat that are pressed together on the hair. Here are some easy, helpful tips each morning that you can do before you straighten your hair. First, make sure your straightener is cleaned off. You need to make sure the blades are cleaned off before you turn it on. Take a damp rag or something and clean them off of all the residue that you leave behind. I leave a lot of hairspray because I hairspray my hair before I straighten it. So make sure those are all cleaned off because you don't want that burnt residue getting on your hair. Second, set your heat to what you want it to be. I mean, if your hair can't stand being on high heat, then don't put it on high heat because you're going to end up burning your hair. And don't use your hair straightener until it's at the exact heat. Third, make sure when you blow dry your hair, you blow dry it all the way. Make sure it's not damp at all. Because when you straighten your hair damp, you are harming your hair very much because you are actually burning your hair. Fourth, you need to use things like the protection. You need to use some moisturizer for your hair because if you don't, it's going to end up frizzing up and drying out, and it can even break off if you dry it out too much. Fifth, when you comb through your hair, or when you straighten your hair, you need to take inch sections and straighten it to prevent you having to go over that same section over and over, because you don't want to expose that much heat to one section. Next, spray down with hairspray after you're done. I mean, I break some of those rules in the morning. Like when I'm in a hurry, I'll just straighten it and straighten it. But if you have the time, you need to make sure to prevent your hair you need to make sure that you're preventing your hair from being burnt. Next, here's 3 don'ts. Never, 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 no matter how much you wish that your hair was naturally straightened, never get it chemically straightened. That damages your hair in the long run. When you use a straightener, yeah, you can work your way back from ruining it, but chemical, it ruins it. Even if a professional's doing it, you should not do it. Second, I know we love our mothers, but my mom always tells me tales about her using a hair iron. Never use not hair iron, but a clothes iron on her hair. Never use a clothes iron. I mean, we all know that moms are right, but in this case, please don't use a clothes iron on your hair. Third, make sure your hair is completely dry. No matter what, no matter if you're running late, just leave it curly, because that's the worst thing you can do to your hair, is not having it completely dry. So from now on, you'll know how to straighten your hair without damaging it. Just 3 quick steps. Make sure your hair's dry. Make sure this is set at an appropriate temperature for your hair, and make sure you use protection. And thirdly, make sure it is unplugged after you are done, because we don't want to start no house fires.